welcome back to the channel. Today I am super duper excited because we are going to be basically announcing which Pleasantview won the Pleasantview off, I guess. So I talked about this in a prior video, but essentially I'm going to be playing what I call the Unlocking the Uberhood challenge, and I wanted to know which Pleasantview I should start out with. And there was an overall winner by far, and we are about to find out which one it was. I made sure that this icon doesn't give away anything, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and show you which one won. That's kind of some weird languages, but yeah, let's see which one won the survey. Okay, are you ready? Drum roll! It's Pleasantly Thriving. Pleasantly Thriving had 4 votes, and in close second was actually Alternative Pleasantview, which brings me kind of to what I've decided to do here. So essentially, people have been commenting like which ones they've been playing and which ones that they enjoyed, and I got really curious about Alternative Pleasantview, kind of seeing people mention it. I'm going to keep the original Sims, which is what this is. This is the original Sims. It's just kind of more of an update to the neighborhood, a bit of a glow-up situation, which we can always appreciate here. But what I've decided to do, kind of as a nod to the fact that Alternative Pleasantview almost won, and I also do have a great fondness for Sims 1 Sims, as well as, you know, my own kind of headcanon-y opinions about what my ideal Uberhood situation would look like. I've never really built one just because I don't have time. But we're gonna do some of that here. So we will be adding some of the original Sims 1 Sims. That means the Hick family, the Roomies, the Charming family, the Meshuggahs, because obviously they need to be here. We're gonna be adding a lot of those Sims in. We're also going to be changing a few details about the actual Pleasantview Sims. Little things, nothing like super duper major. Mainly the things that I want to change would be Brandy Broke's face, the Burbs' faces, just because they are template Sims, and it's just, especially John and Jennifer Burb, like all of their kids will be identical. And that's really frustrating because then I can't tell the difference between a lot of them. But I'm really excited. I haven't actually looked at any of this yet. My plan is to actually look at this stuff like as we play, so I'm not doing any playtesting. I hope it works out okay. We're not going to experience any problems, but I'm really, this is actually the first time I've even opened it up. I just downloaded everything that I needed to. So I'm hoping it works out, but I'm really curious about just like all the different lots. Like I can see we've got like a garage barn situation there. Let's see, Goths are over here. I believe they kept that one big Victorian, yeah, they kept that big Victorian here. I can't remember what it was called, but it's like an apartment lot. That's another thing is, and this one as well, is there's actually apartments here. I was reading about it. There's not really a lot of starter homes unless you want to live kind of in the little trailers over here, which makes sense. Like a starting sim should not have a house. So yeah, it looks like there's 4 apartment complexes. 5 apartment complexes. So we're gonna have a lot of Sims and apartments. For these Sims that I'm adding, the Sims 1 Sims, I'm gonna give them probably a little bit more money because they should be well established and they should have been here. The Meshuggahs should have been in the game in Pleasantview. That is my unpopular opinion. I always played them in The Sims 1. They were my favorite family. I don't know why, but they're going to be here. I just think because they were so outrageous and I just was delighted with them. And I was very disheartened. And also the Roomies, that was another family. I always, for the longest time, like I would always play Chris Roomies because that was, I'm someone with blonde hair, and that was the Sim that looked the closest to what I look like, because Sims 1 is the original game that I played. I'm pretty sure it came out when I was like in 2nd grade. And yeah, I really like the charm of Sims 1 as well, which is why we're gonna see another change to this neighborhood. I probably am gonna add like a blank neighborhood, not like blank neighborhood, but like a subhood. It's not gonna have like Sims we're gonna play in it, but I want to add back some of the old NPCs, because on Mod The Sims there's some really great ones. I know Marky Sharky is one of them, but like, I miss the NPCs wandering around a great deal. And so we're gonna add a lot of those back in. I don't know if I want to try to pair them up with the subhood, so like, once we unlock a vacation hood, we would add like, oh gosh, I'm trying to think. I've got a list here. So like, we don't really have, in The Sims 2, we don't really have like a winter subhood, so it would probably be, take Mizu, we would add like Betty Yeti, or we would add the beachy area when we would add Marky Shark. Like, I don't know if we're gonna do that or if we're just gonna add them all up front. Also, my dog is totally dreaming and she does sub-vocal barks. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's the cutest thing on the planet. So yeah, a couple tweaks that I also want to do besides some of the faces. I am going to add in pets because this is me we're talking about and people should have pets. I'm not sure, I haven't decided who's going to have pets or what kind of pets, but there will be some pets here. The Calientes, I will edit their genetics because I'm not sure what their genetic situation is here, but I want to make sure that they've got some recessive alien genes because I think they're cool. I know in alternative Pleasantview they actually had the alien eyes, which I don't quite want to do. I like that they have green eyes, but the possibility for them to pass those on, I like it. Also, we're gonna do some things with Bella. It's gonna be fun, guys. It's gonna be so much fun. And yeah, I don't want to give like too much away that I want to do, but I'm really excited. I haven't really looked, so I guess this is like a 7-minute video, so let's glance really quick. God, it's been so long since I've played like the original Pleasantview. I can't even remember really what lots went here. So it looks like we've got a spa. I think this house was here, Visionary Villa. You can see all of them have, like, there's parking lots, there are driveways. It's just more set up to be all-inclusive. This here, Beauville Estates, I don't remember if that was there. This one I remember, so 4th Synth Place. Looks like Don Lothario lives down here, this little house instead of at the condo. I will admit that's the one thing that I do kind of not dislike about this, but I did like the condos. Not because I thought that they were pretty or cool looking, but I come from a small town where like sometimes developers would come in and developers would not have very good ideas. They would not be sound at all, but honestly that happens here in the city that I live in currently. Like someone will come in, and I live in the desert, and they're like, let's just build a bunch of Tudor houses. And I'm like, we live in the desert. Why would you do that? It makes no sense. So I kind of liked the condos, but it's okay. I'm not like upset that they're gone because they were ugly. But that's something that I did notice. So right away home. Looks like it's 4 apartments here. Craftsman's Pride, I believe that was a bin lot. Minor Manor, that also was a bin lot. Bonnie Bungalow. Okay, I think a lot of these like makeovers are bin lots. Okay, so the Pleasants live here. I'm not going to be changing the Pleasants DNA, or probably I won't change their faces either because I'm not too bothered by that. Because they're not face 1 and face 2. I've been on the internet a long time, and those 2 particular face templates are just, no. Got the Goths here. I will leave the Goths as well. Like, I'm not going to change Cassandra or Alexander's faces, because it's my own personal headcanon that the reason why they don't look like their parents so much is A, slightly inspired by Practical Magic, which is like witch families have weird, like magical families in general, just have kind of weird genetics. They don't always necessarily look alike, and so it's my thought that certain facial features like skip a generation sometimes, and so I think that Cassandra probably looks like a lot of the Crumple Bottoms, which she does kind of look like Agnes in this game. And she's kind of got just kind of a bit of a pinched face in general. So like, my thought is she looks like Crumple Bottoms, whereas Alexander, I would say probably looks like some of the Goth family. And Mortimer is just like the handsome outlier. We don't know where he came from, but I like the idea that Alexander is more typical goth features of just like the heaviness, which, yes, it's also a personal headcanon that Goopy Gills Carbo is a bastard child of some goth relative, but I'm not going to be doing that in this neighborhood. That's just a thought that I've always had, and it amuses me to no end. So I know some people are like, well, he's really secretly Alexander's father. No, 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 no. Much funnier if he's actually like Mortimer's cousin or something. Cozy Condo, that's another one that was in the bin, double-decked. Split level, yeah, I think these are all from the bin. I'm just trying to remember, honestly, if I've used those lots ever. So we got a sports pub, grocery and takeout. I love that these are named much more reasonably now instead of like the location, because I would always get confused. Roller rink, pool and fitness, H&M, great, love that. That is a good choice here. So this is kind of like a commercial district. But then there are some apartments, Pleasantview Towers, new turf apartments, a couple little houses here, which I believe over here was originally where all the trailers were, so they've moved a little bit. These are all more rural kind of homes, cute. Pepper's Pets, Pluto's Pet Park, Theron Bookstore, Cafe Petite, Pleasantview Boutique, the Woodland Park, which I don't think changed too much. That's why I wanted to start on that one, because I'm like, okay, this one I don't think changed. The Dreamers live over there, Calientes live over there, that farm that I was looking at. Okay, cool. And nothing else. Oh, there's something up here. What is this? Modern Masterpiece. Nothing else super secretive. Everybody should be in the bin. Okay, cool. So we are going to do a video where I go over what the rules are and things like that. In the meantime, you can see I don't even have my UI cheats in. I just tossed this in really quick because I was super excited. But yeah, we will do a separate video that goes over the rules in case you guys want to play yourself. Unlike my Medieval Color Legacy Challenge, this is something that I did complete a while ago. I never played through it completely, but it's a complete challenge, so anybody could play it. You don't have to wait for me to test the rules, because the rules are pretty basic. It's very heavily inspired by things like the Not So Berry Challenge as well, just like in terms of making sure that you're touching upon every aspect of the game when it comes to unlocking neighborhoods, because that's the goal, is to have a complete Uberhood, so every subhood is unlocked, all of the neighborhoods you could possibly get made by Maxis. But also at the same time, the challenge was created to make it more manageable, because instead of starting out with every single family and you gotta do makeovers and do just everything, we're starting off with the Pleasantview Sims, and just as we add a neighborhood, okay, well now we're gonna add those Sims to the rotation, the families will intermingle, and you're not gonna have as many at that point, which is ultimately the goals. I don't want 100 or so households. I have that in Adiran, and that's stressful. Let's not add any more. But yeah, so I've announced the winner and kind of what I plan on doing in terms of changes. So our next video on this is going to be just the rules of the challenge while I get everything set up, and then we will actually start the challenge. I am not going to play through any particular order. I'm going to take the families that are placed, throw them in a randomizer, and play them in the order that it tells me to. So it could be interesting. I didn't look to see if there are scripted events in this, but if there are, we don't have to follow them. Like if it pops up, maybe I'll roll dice or something to see what happens, but this is definitely not going to be your average Pleasantview playthrough, I hope, because I love chaos and I want to see what happens. So thank you guys so much for joining me. If you did enjoy this video, definitely give it a like. If you want to continue seeing these videos, obviously you're gonna have to subscribe. There's also a bell if you feel like being notified. If not, don't worry about it. I'm not that worried about that either. Mostly the like thing, because algorithms are weird. And I want to talk to Sims about everyone I possibly can. I don't know. I'm really tired, but thank you so much for joining me. I will see you guys in the next one.